What it do? It's DOA back with another episode of Putting Shit Together. Today, man, we talking about these professional athletes and their gambling addictions, man. I think it's only right we touch on this because we done had Gilbert Arenas, Malik Beasley, and Marcus Morris, one of the Morris twins, all caught up in some gambling recently. And it just, man, it baffles me. I'm not a big gambler. I might go to the casino once every blue moon, like probably once every 5 years, play a little blackjack or something like that. But I'm not the gambling type. So I really don't know what the fuss is about gambling. I will give you this. This is one thing that I do believe wholeheartedly is that y'all know I'm always talking about Black Americans being the actual American Indians. And there is historical evidence that American Indians um, do have a tendency to gamble. So this is part of the reason why they're not acknowledging Black Americans as the real American Indians, while they've written us off in a lot of ways through the paperwork, because they actually are supposed to be giving American Indians proceeds from all the casinos and gambling that goes on in America. That's one of the stipulations of the treaties that we signed and entered into. So a lot of times you see $5 Indians, that's what I call them, these whites posing as Indians and these Asians posing as Indians. You see them paying $5 to go on a Dawes Road so they can kind of get in on these gambling proceeds from these casinos and things. And that's another reason why on the East Coast you don't see a lot of casinos on physical land. They bypass having to go through the tribes for approval by putting these casinos on water instead of land. So you got a lot of riverboat casinos on the East Coast. But we gonna go ahead and get into some of these recent allegations, catch y'all up if y'all haven't seen. I guess we'll just start with Gilbert Arenas. And Gilbert Arenas, man, Gilbert. God damn it, Gilbert. It's like this nigga's retarded, man. Because y'all know back in the day when Gilbert was in the NBA and he had that altercation where he brought those guns into the locker room at the Wizards, that was over gambling. I guess they had been gambling on the plane ride home from a game, either the plane or the bus or something. He and like two, three, four other of his teammates was all gambling, playing some kind of game. Don't get me the line because I don't know all these games. You know what I'm saying? These games niggas blow they fucking fortunes on. But they got into an altercation over the gambling, which led to some words exchanged, and Gilbert Arenas ended up bringing some guns into the locker room because I guess the guy he was arguing with said that he was going to shoot him. And Gilbert, I guess, has lots of guns at home. And he brought some into the locker room on some, on some silly shit, basically. But you would have thought he would have learned his lesson with gambling and doing that, because due to the felony that he pled out to, he lost a $40 million Adidas contract because he pled to this felony. So this is another reason why I believe these recent allegations are true. But they're saying that he basically owned the house that these I guess it's Israeli mobsters was using for some underground gambling casino type out the home type action. You know what I'm saying? But I believe Gilbert probably knew about it, even though he's acting like he didn't. But he'll have to fight that in the court. That ain't for me to decide. You know what I'm saying? Really. So don't try to act like I'm hating on him or nothing. I ain't wishing nothing bad on him. It's just due to his track record of gambling and having kind of a problem with gambling, and it costing him his livelihood and some of his money. It looks like he may not have learned his lesson. And Gilbert's a silly ass nigga, so he's a grown up video game playing ass nigga, so I would not put it past him. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get into one of these videos. So there was a woman who lost her life in this gambling interaction. So we gonna go ahead and play this shit.
All right, now to today's trending stories, what people are searching for on Google right now. A former NBA star arrested yesterday in connection with illegal high-stakes poker games. The Justice Department is accusing Gilbert Arenas of being part of a gambling ring that operated out of his rented mansion in Encino. The 43-year-old is facing a federal indictment with charges including conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, operating an illegal gambling business, and making false statements to federal investigators. If convicted, Arenas faces up to 5 years in prison on each charge.
They're saying one of his counts is lying to federal investigators. That's not a good sign. When the FBI get involved, that's a terrible sign for one. But the FBI ain't like your local PD. They usually don't jump in till they got a pile of evidence against all that's involved. So when the FBI start rolling out indictments, they conviction rates high. You know what I'm saying? So one of his charges is lying to the feds. That's not a good sign when you talking about exonerating yourself from these type of charges, man. So, you know, I had a video I wanted to play. This is about the guns in the locker room, but we'll go to this. And Gilbert got out and just went dumb for real. Like we gonna show what happened when Gilbert got out of jail.
Mm-hmm. Hey, they took my passport. Man, like damn, my passport? That's crazy, because I got another one, but you gotta have two. That was it. Yeah, I think I'm dumb.
You get on tape. You are dumb, nigga. Why you get on tape and tell them you got another passport?
I'm just trying to tell you, don't get arrested and you got to use the restroom, man. I'm just trying to tell you, they don't treat you right. Nah, but everybody was in there nice. Like, what was crazy is the who arrested me, I played the in basketball. he went to high school. I played him in high school, man. Oh, hey, what's up, G8? Hey, nothing, man. How you doing, Fred? I see you still get in trouble. Yeah, you know what it is. I'm dead ass serious.
Just that nervous laughter,
I was like, yeah, this is Fred. Just be honest, man.
This nigga stupid as shit.
This is the only time you actually stopped me,
right
brother. This is the best D you done had ever since we was little. That's crazy. Kwame put something on the grill. Yeah, I bet he did cook and celebrate. Probably mad that I got out. Hey, I don't know if he know. I'm the only one that bailed out. Everybody's still there. They not letting them go. Yeah, they not letting them go, man. I'ma just be honest with you. I don't know who them was, but it don't look like they was getting out. Yeah. I don't know what language they speaking, but I was like, yeah, it look like y'all stressed. But all right, partner. Hey, y'all, good luck in court. Hey, man, because I'm pretty sure I ain't gonna be there when it's time to go, because, yeah. Yeah, I'm snitching. I don't know your name. What's your name? Igor? Yeah, all right, let's write that down. Igor. Yeah, he did something. You look like you guilty. I'm gonna just be honest. Most of them look like, there was one in there. He must have been the head. He must have been. I swear to God. He didn't speak. Okay, he did speak English because I heard him speaking English. But he did. I don't speak. So they gave him a translator. The translator said, "Yeah, you're not gonna bond out today. Probably next week." He's like, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay." Hey, what about me? Where my lawyer? Tell my lawyer. What do you mean? It's okay. No, it's not okay. I don't know what you used to, but I'm not used to this right here. Damn, there's 7 in this. This is like a Kwame Brown house. There's 7 in this room. Give me the out of here. Oh, nigga, 1 6. Get the. I'm getting. Hold on, man. Hey, yeah, little ass bench, man. Nah, I'm good. Hey, hey, Padre. Hey, you see my lawyer back there, man? It's the one with the real suit. Yeah. He look rich. Yeah, that one. Tell him I'm back here. Okay, work this magic.
This nigga goofy, man. He try to say he don't know none of them niggas, but some way you gotta know somebody involved because you rented the house out. So what was your point of contact? How did these niggas end up in your house? That's the thing. So somebody who is the person that you know that's involved with them. But this could be part of the Fed's claims that he lied to investigators just by him keep saying he don't know these motherfuckers. But it's shit weird anyway, man. It really ain't that easy to get off once the feds get on your trail. But you would think Gilbert would know better because it's like these niggas follow Michael Jordan so hard. But Jordan had problems with gambling as well. So it's like, bruh, y'all ain't
championships. All of it is out of window. Obviously, I don't have no criteria.
We gonna go into another Gilbert Arenas video, and this is him speaking on Michael Jordan's troubles with gambling. And see, I believe, if for those of you that was born in the 80s like me, and we watched all this shit coming up, growing up, it looked like Jordan's dad had kind of lost his life due to something involving gambling. Now, that's allegedly. Of course, I don't think that it was ever confirmed. Can't really say that it was ever denied either. Then, if y'all know, I don't know if y'all know, but Michael Jordan had basically almost chopped one of his fingers off. They kind of had to reattach it. And he alleged that it was a cigar incident, but man, I smoke cigars, bro. I ain't never even got close to chopping my finger with a cigar cutter. It seemed like somebody might have chopped your finger with a cigar cutter. You know what I'm saying? But we know Jordan is a big time gambler. That's one thing we do know for a fact. And it's like, you niggas, man, if y'all ain't learned nothing from the generation that came before you, that's one of them things that you should have learned. The greatest player to ever play y'all sport, one of his fatal flaws was gambling. But here y'all go following in his footsteps. But we gonna go into Gilbert Arenas' comments on Jordan, and he was kind of responding to that slander from KD talking about Jordan wasn't committed to the sport. But here we go.
That's not why MJ left. MJ left because MJ was told to leave. All right, I'm gonna just be honest. MJ was told to step away because of what was going on in the media. All the rumors that was, you're talking about a time where MJ is the league. He is the face of all Brandon. He is considered the best player that ever lived. He is the face of USA basketball. This is America's darling at this moment in time. He was bigger than life. And the rumor of gambling, the rumor of, how his father passed, and all of that going on, it was collectively, hey, we need you to step away from, retire. Because if the news broke while MJ was playing, they thought it would have ruined the image of the NBA at that time of what they were trying to build. Even though the league was stable, they were just getting these TV deals. I just think they didn't want that news of gambling and his father passing and all that stuff to fall on, the league's doorstep. So they basically said, step away, let everything calm down. So if the news did break, it broke on baseball. It didn't break on the NBA's doorstep. I'm just being nice when I say this to, just to keep it, glossy. But it was the NBA's call for him to step away. It wasn't his choice. So when Kevin Durant said he stepped away and did this, like, he's not giving MJ credit. It wasn't he was quitting. Trust me, they wanted to go 4-0. I mean, 4-peat, 5-peat, but it was more NBA business decision, and that's why he stepped away. So they got all of that gambling, all that rumors under control. But listen, on the Kevin Durant side and the LeBron side, I mean, you're talking about, listen, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, KD, Kareem, like John Stockton, Karl Malone, like these guys that are playing 15, 20 years, they're dedicating themselves to the game, right?
Facts. But look, what do y'all think, man? Y'all let me know in the comments if you think that it's just coincidental that Gilbert Arenas rented out one of his properties to some people, some Israeli mobsters who chose to end up gambling in it? Or do you think he knew about it? Because it just seems real coincidental to me. And I'm one of them people that I believe in coincidence. Shit coincides with one another, or rather than coincidence. Like, oops, it just happened by happenstance and there's no real connection. So, I don't have no weight over Gilbert Arenas' court case. So me saying what I'm saying ain't about to weigh nothing. The feds got to do what they got to do, and his lawyer got to do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, just my opinion, I don't feel like this was a coincidence. I do feel like Gilbert knew what they was going to be doing inside of that house. But let's just say the allegations about Michael Jordan is true. And a nigga like Jordan, who, like he said, is larger than life at the time where this was going on. You just won 3 championships back to back. You on top of the world. You the face of everything. And somehow you're involved in some gambling where the people that you gambling with, you and your dad, or just you or just your dad, is gambling with some folks who felt like, we don't care nothing about Nike. We don't care about no Air Jordan. We don't care about no 3-peat, no Chicago Bulls. Nigga, we played this game, and it's so important to us that we'll risk deleting somebody. Like, we'll take your dad out, bruh. We'll drop this nigga like it ain't nothing. We'll hit this nigga like we don't care nothing about no Nike contract or nothing you talking about right now. And then, like I said, let's just for a second say that somebody did chop his finger. They chopped his finger off, bruh. Michael Jordan. This nigga got money. I don't know his financial situation at the time, but he seems to be doing fairly well with his money at this time. I don't know how he was doing back then to say he couldn't pay the debt, or I don't know what kind of game they was playing where when you lose, they take your finger, or they might delete somebody you love. Like, I don't know what type of game that is, man. But, man, that brings me to Marcus Morris. Because I saw in the Marcus Morris, one of the statements that he gave after he got caught up, he took out a $250,000 gambling marker from the casino, right? I guess 30 days passed and he didn't pay him back. So they put a warrant out for his arrest, right? The charges come up as fraud. But these niggas, him and his twin brother, are so adamant and keep on making public statements talking about my brother ain't never had nothing to do with no fraud. I ain't never had nothing to do with no fraud. Bruh, what part of this shit don't you understand? You basically wrote them a check, a guarantee of funds to come in the future, and you never gave the funds. Nigga, that is fraud. I don't care what y'all talking about right now, bruh. That's fraud. I don't know why y'all fighting this like that. I guess because a fraud charge looks a lot worse on your record, even probably than a theft. But bro, this is theft by fraud. You know what I'm saying? You plus it's like, here we go. Like this is the connection I'm making between Jordan and this Morris brother. This nigga had the audacity to say in a statement, we could have just handled this in the back room on some mob type shit. Like, bro, are you out your mind? Nigga, I don't care what part of Philadelphia you come from, bro. You not ready for that backdoor mob activities, my nigga. You lucky that they call the police, my nigga. Do you not understand? If allegations is true, bro, they out here chopping off Michael Jordan's finger and deleting this nigga's dad, and you think you about to go in the back room and do something? I don't give a fuck if you 7'8". You're not ready for this mob activity, bruh. So I don't even know why he said that, but you know the Morris twins got this persona of being super tough and all of this shit. I guess because they from North Philly, probably came up hard, whatever. Like, y'all don't really understand how the mob work, bruh. Then it was like they tried to say like, basically, you know that story niggas give you when if you ever had a nigga who owed you some money, you know how niggas come back talking like, when you there to collect, when you supposed to collect, they be like, damn, bro, you need it that bad? When you asking for your money back, damn, bro, you need it that bad? What, you down bad? Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about, nigga? You just borrowed $250,000 from me, and you asking me if I'm down bad. These niggas own casinos, bro. They take niggas for millions every day. They don't need the money, nigga. It's about principle. And you don't understand that, bro. You ain't no real man, and you really not really ready for no mob type activity. If you don't understand that, nigga, you gotta pay me back my money when I say you pay me back my money, bruh, you is not ready for no mob life activities, my nigga. You need to simmer down. You need to give them their money back and get your ass in the gym and do what you do best, nigga. You not ready for that type of action. But we gonna go in and look at the Morris twins. He had a little statement when he got out of jail too. We gonna take a look at it.
Anybody business is like, people are still good people, you know what I'm saying? No matter like what they might have did, or and things that happen, because we've all made mistakes. We've all, no one's perfect, but just like being in there and just the interaction that they was trying to have with me, and making sure that I was cool, and knowing who I was, it was good from like a human side, man, from a personal side, that people like that's even locked down in jail, like, pay attention and understand who you are and where you come from, because it could be any NBA player, right? Like, I feel like they knew who I was just because of where I came from, and, the way I play basketball, and, and the trials of me getting to where I got to, you know what I mean? So, that meant a lot more than, me just walking through the jails and mean mugging. It was like, it was love, and they were genuinely happy to see me get out of there.
I was gonna take that example, like, for your kids. And I was seeing on Instagram, you say, "Look, I'm just glad I'm back with my kids right now, and being a father." So speak on that.
You know what I mean? I'm mature, bro. Like, I have values, I have morals, in the way I move, and, and the way I, approach life, the way I wake up every morning. I wasn't, I didn't have my father in my.
Imagine a nigga saying he got values and he got morals, but you take out $250,000 from some damn loan sharks and you don't know how to pay them back on time. Come on now. Come on now.
life. I had figures that helped me navigate through times, but I never had my father, right? So I see how much is important just being away from my kids.
We can tell you ain't never had your father, or you would have known that when you playing with felonious characters like this, like nigga, taking out a loan from a bank is okay. Do that, yeah, sure. Taking out a loan from the mob, from Vegas casino owners, mafia type bosses, and you not paying it back, my nigga, like we can tell you ain't had no daddy, bruh. Somebody should have told you better than that, my nigga.
A small amount of time by being an NBA player, right? Like that, you can just see different changes and you being there, you not being there. And, it's just something that, that father went through, man. But, I held my head high and it is what it is. I take it on the chin. And yeah, I'm going to tell my kids about this, you know what I mean? Just make sure that they never make these type of mistakes or, I think, if it go down to it and the young people are gambling, I could just be one of the guys that had to go through something to make sure people be aware or athletes or,
Niggas
people of my
already
stature just
been
be
through
aware of,
this and
those
you
type
didn't
of
learn
things.
from
But
this
now
shit.
being a father is most important to me. And that really, hit home. Just talking about being locked up. Like one of the things that I pride myself on is never like going to jail, never putting myself in a position to where I feel like I could be in handcuffs or taking my freedom away. And so that was the part that I think hurt the most.
And on a lighthearted note, I seen conversation with you and your brother, and you were
Yeah,
like, we was in the jail and you was coming out and they was clapping. You like just
clapping the
set that
shit for
scene
me.
up because
Yeah.
that was the bid. I was cracking up.
Yeah, nah, it was it was a funny situation, man. But like, believe it or not, like, and I won't, go into anybody's business. It's like people are still good people. You know what I'm saying? No matter like what they might have did.
Yeah, man. We gonna get on up out of there, man. This nigga, he talking crazy, man. I wish these dudes had the proper guidance in their life, but you've had people that came before you that warned you about doing this shit. Now you done went through it ignorantly, and now you like, I'ma tell people not to go through this shit. Like, bro, when are y'all ever gonna listen and learn though? And on that note, bro, we gonna look at Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins is a dude who went through this before too, and he had some comments about it. So we gonna get into his comments about it and see what Kendrick Perkins had to
As a
say.
guy that used to be a big time gambler, I actually had an addiction in gambling. I actually went up to the casino and signed that I would never gamble again. When you take a mark out from the casino, it's basically you're getting a marker and you have 30 days to pay the marker back. If you don't pay the marker back, then it's labeled as quote unquote fraud or you writing a bad check. Because when you go and you take the line of credit, basically what they're saying is you knew that you didn't have the funds. Now, I will say this. The casinos don't want to go that route with you unless they feel like you disrespected them. If you ignore them, they have a problem with you. His lawyer, his attorney walked up and his attorney said the wire has been sent. The judge still denied him bond. At this point, they're just being assholes on purpose because they felt disrespected. And it's not fraud. So like people's like, oh, he committed fraud. It's not fraud. Like it was worded that way, but this is what happens when you have a casino debt. Take it from someone that actually had a casino debt. Like I know, and I know what gambling could do to you. Like, bro, you go to them fucking casinos and you sit there and all of a sudden you're like, hey, let me get a line of credit for 20,000. They give you 20,000 and you smoke the shit. Then you say, bring me 30,000 more. And then you're sitting there, you're gambling all day, and next thing you know, you're 100 bands in the hole and you walking out of there with the shit face. I'm telling you, it wasn't nothing the casino said. I said, I'm done. Fuck this shit. Where do I sign? I don't even want to gamble no more. As a guy that used to be a big time gambler.
That shit crazy. This nigga had to sign his name down just to keep himself from going in there and gambling. He basically told them, if you see me in here, don't give me shit. Don't let me do nothing there but sip a drink, my nigga. That's crazy. And it's like, bro, this is what I be talking about. Y'all remember when I told y'all, man, just because you give a nigga $200 million don't mean they got generational wealth now. They got a million ways to get that money back from you. And 9 times out of 10, if your skin like mine and they giving you $200 million, they probably plan on getting it back from you. And they probably only gave it to you because they know you the type of dude who's going to give it back to them. And here's exhibit A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? Malik Beasley out here not paying his rent, getting evicted, gambling on games and shit. It's like, bro, y'all, look, if you want to do some risky shit, put your money in some stock. Put your money in some crypto. Open up a business with this bread that they giving you. You just gonna sit at a fucking casino, a table in Vegas, and give these niggas $250,000, $1 million back at a time? Like, what's wrong with these niggas in the head? They got a huge addiction and a problem. And I feel like, it's not the NBA responsibility to counsel you niggas and provide therapy for y'all, but I feel like, if they were an employer that was trying to show their morality, they would have something set up like that. And I'm sure they probably got something like that, resources to help these dudes that got gambling problems. But to be honest, y'all grown ass men, bro, y'all should be taking this up and handling this on your own, but they not. You know what I'm saying? Well, we just gonna briefly look at Malik Beasley, man. He's a mess, bro. He's a mess. They got a federal investigation into his involvement in gambling on the NBA and prop bets. He just got evicted from his residence downtown. Then, what you call it? Agency that represents athletes is suing him for $1.6 million, give or take. And they allege that they gave him a $650,000 advance and he never paid them back. Here we go. And then now if they hit you with a fraud, you gonna act like you don't know what they talking about. Like, nigga, you fraudulent. When you act as if you're going to do something that you end up not doing, then you've committed a fraud. And these niggas keep arguing it's not fraud, but it is, bro. It simply is. And when you on that end of the stick, bro, you don't get to start calling shots. If you want to call shots, then you need to be a man of your word. Keep your word. Stay the hell out the casino. And if you do take out a line of credit, you need to be paying that credit back. According to the terms that you signed to. So that's the way that you avoid being tied up with some bullshit. They said Malik Beasley earned $59.2 million in salary across his 9 NBA seasons, but somehow you ain't got enough money to pay your rent. He, basically owes that Hazan Sports Management Group $1.65 million because they hit him with $1 million worth of damages for not paying back this loan. Beasley's financial issues go well beyond that lawsuit and include issues with a celebrity barber, a dentist, a landlord, and a couple of firms that make bridge loans to professional athletes. So it looked like, man, he just been out here blowing his money, probably gambling, and now you ain't got enough money to pay for your fucking haircut. You ain't got enough money to pay your dentist. You ain't got enough money to pay your rent. and you taking out bridge loans. So the NBA is paying you millions of dollars. These teams paying you millions of dollars, and you can't even get year to year. You can't even get season to season without having to take out a loan. You done took out multiple loans to get you from one contract to another. In the midst of contract negotiations, you didn't need to take out a loan. Like $600,000 loan, bro. Like, these niggas with their money management is terrible. And yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on that. I probably got a little long-winded on here. I done got my new setup, got my laptop, got a new laptop back, got the mic. So y'all let me know what the sound is hitting like. All my loyal subscribers that's been going through the trenches with me using these this cell phone mic and shit. Now we got the blue mic hooked up. So let me know what the sound sounded like. Let me know what y'all think about these articles, man. What y'all think about Gilbert, Malik Beasley, and Marcus Morris, man, and the rest of these athletes? You think that gambling is a huge problem? On a scale of 1 to 10, y'all drop a number in the comments. Let me know how big of a problem you think gambling is with professional athletes. And as always, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's peace and love, truth and light, wisdom and insight, DOA. Back with the putting shit together, man. To the next episode, y'all. Peace.